Okay, so this one's kind of a major deal to a lot of people about gluten allergies. I cook for a living, and I'm gonna tell you one thing: gluten allergies, actual allergies, is horrific. It's slow, it's grueling, it causes originally a lot of irritation, so they don't know they're really sick. You have little phalange in your small intestines, and they do all the absorbing of the nutrients. So for some reason, when your body no longer desires this anymore, it damages the cells. It's having a reaction, and once you lose those little fingers that are in your small intestines, you will not be able to absorb as much nutrients. And if you ignore it and continue going, eventually you won't be able to absorb any nutrients. You pretty much just slowly die to death. So it's horrific. It's people are like, oh well, we're used to gluten. It shouldn't be. Honestly, no. The amount of gluten that was originally in the grains 100 years ago was minor. It was so minute. Once the industries took over, they multiplied it by hundreds of times. They got as much as they can out of the grains that were doing great with it, and they just kept saving those ones and replanting them. And when they found a better one, they kept going, and it became the ideal bread. You know, so a lot of the hearty breads that we don't like, we were disgusted by them, are the original breads you're supposed to be having. You know, it's not always supposed to be just super spongy and soft white bread. It's super simple and cheap in the end. That's the only reason why they did it. And most of the time, even if they make tons, billions of dollars, they go with the cheapest one on average. So take those things as a note, not to heart, but definitely if you're not doing gluten, by all means, do it. But do not state that it's an allergy. Because there's someone that really, it's not like a milk allergy. Milk allergies, most people, you just like fart at the most. But gluten allergy is very serious. It's right there neck and neck with like seafood. Seafood's obviously worse, peanuts worse. Unfortunately, you can't help how your body reacts. You don't know how your body reacts. So for those that are looking for this, I'm gonna say gluten reduced. It obviously certain grains like rice, you can do that. You can, Asian beers, now they use mostly rice. So as long as they don't cut it with wheat, you're fine. So do watch that, because the soy sauce is cut with wheat. A lot of people don't know that. Cheap soy sauce is 70% wheat. That's how they get so much of the product made. Real soy sauce made of a pure soybean is expensive. So, I mean, honestly, if you want to try it, it's worth it, but it's a lot of money. So I'm just gonna say gluten reduced. This is the one, what, 2017, 16, 15, I don't know, somewhere around there. I just heard about this. So Omissions have several beers, and they had IPAs and they had pills. Honestly, they had a lot of requests on their IPAs. I don't know why they don't focus on it, but they wanted to have an ultimate light lager, just like Michalob, but it would be gluten removed. So it's brewed to remove the gluten. I mean, if you're really just trying to cut down and you're doing Michelob, but now you want to make sure the gluten's gone, this is your answer right here. So I just want to try it out, see what it's about. 99 calories, 3 carbs, golden ale, crafted to remove gluten. This is their focus. Omission does all the gluten remove type stuff. The real great feedback on the IPA, but I can never find it, so I can never help anybody to get it. But we'll see what this is about. All right, very light, obviously, because it's a light beer. So don't expect anything too crazy, but I want to see how it influences it, if it makes any difference. Some people are like going to look at me like, oh, well, that's probably crap anyways. You know, I mean, if you're drinking Miller Lite, which ended up being my beer of choice when I don't have a lot of money, just because I grew up with Bud Light. It was a big thing in the Army. I was always getting Bud Light, but when you got older and you drink probably a little too hard, your body starts like, ugh. And I can't. It's horrible. The only thing that I have a good time and I can hang out, wake up pretty good in the morning if I had a couple beers is Miller Lite or a good craft beer. So I try to stick with craft beer. Gets a little pricey, so I got a budget. I do Miller Lite. It's not the best awesome beer. I don't hate it. It appeals to me. Doesn't cause me any issues. So I just go with it once in a while, and then when I can, I go to awesome brewery, get a solid beer, a high ABV IPA, a super aged stout. That's what I really want, but it costs money. So for the average person, it's not too pricey. You can cut down on gluten, see what happens. Has a very nice malty note. I like that. Because it says ale, so ale is going to be different than lager. Lagers are cold fermented. The yeast is made to ferment on the bottom. Ales, they're like, I think, a little higher than that, but it's definitely a temperature difference, which creates different flavor profiles. So it's almost fruity. Not bad. It's a little, has a little thing that reminds me of like eucalyptus. I don't know if they did it on purpose or if it's just the batch I got, but it's vibrant. Very citrusy, clean though. Very super clean citrus. Like, it reminds me of eucalyptus. Let's see if my awesome girlfriend taste buds tells me any different. It's not that it tastes like it, it just reminds me of it. Just like in my brain, that's the taste I'm comparing it to. But it's definitely vibrant and light. Tastes like a super light beer like Michelob. It's really light, but it has a little more flavor going on. I guess that's the focus, to have a little more oomph and flavor, since, you know, they're taking away other things. They don't want to hoppy, so it is the hop. But like in how? Not really floral. So citrusy. So that's a little citrus. It's not super intense, but people like hops. This is going to be something to help you out if you really want to cut down on gluten. And supposedly people cut down on gluten and actually trim down a little bit. Honestly, you could just stop drinking beer. So personal choice, personal struggle. So not bad. It's for anybody who wants to try low reduced gluten beer. It's not bad. I mean, it's not any worse than any other like crap beer. It's probably better than crap beer, but low calories. You can be athletic, have a couple drinks and not feel super guilty. On top of it, feel a little less guilty because now you're really keeping the gluten down, the carbs down. So, all right, not bad. I wouldn't go for it every day. I'm good right now. But if the doctor made me cut down, then of course this is where I'm gonna be at. So, just being honest. Hopefully that was something decent that can help you out. That's what it looks like. Omissions. You can check them out. They're everywhere. So, good luck on that if it's for you. If not, hey, thank you for checking me out and have a good night.